Hello everyone, welcome to Weekly Batch, Pure English Batch for Class 11 JEE and NEET. This is me Arvind Sudhar. I welcome you all in this session on straight lines. We're going to do one short lectures on straight lines. This is a very important topic. Why? Because this is the foundation of entire coordinate geometry. If you are able to master this topic, then only you will be able to master circles, then only parabola, then only ellipse, then only hyperbola. So it's a chain. Whereas in algebra you might have seen that if you are not able to understand few topics, then that's fine. But in order to understand the entire coordinate geometry, straight lines is something which we have to master. So in case you haven't gone through this chapter completely yet, do complete it now, because I think the people who have already gone through class 11th, a lot of these things will be used in class 12th as well. So do this particular topic. Number 2, this particular lecture is going to cover all the concepts that are there in this chapter, straight lines, but practice, as you guys know, that the more you practice, the more better it is going to be for you people. Though I'll try my level best to cover majority of the questions, but still, you know, it is JEE mathematics is all about practice. I hope you guys know that, so do practice as well. All right, if 2 points are given to me, x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2, I want to find out the distance. Now the distance is the shortest distance between the 2 points, because if this is one of the points, this is another point, then there can be infinite distances between them. Yes or no? Out of these infinite distances, the shortest distance is going to be the one which is lying along the straight line. So that shortest distance can be written by this particular formula: x2 minus x1 ka whole square plus y2 minus y1 ka whole square under root. Okay. So I hope you studied this in class 11th as well as in class 10th. So you remember this section formula. Now let's say there is a point A having coordinates x1 comma y1, and there is a point B having coordinates x2 comma y2, and in between this line segment AB there is a point P h comma k such that it divides the line segment AB in the ratio m:n such that AP upon PB is nothing but equal to n, m upon n given to me. AP upon PB is equal to m upon n given to me. Then the coordinates of the point P can be written by this particular formula. Now how to remember this is, you're going to multiply this ratio with the coordinates of B, you're going to multiply this with the coordinates of A, and then in the denominator you're going to write down m1 plus m2. So over here you guys can observe this particular thing. In the case of external section formula, a lot of guys are confused, so let me elaborate that as well. External section formula: if this is a point x1 comma y1, and if this is a point x2 comma y2, and if I extend this line, then if over here a point P is there such that AP upon BP is equal to m:n given to me, then the coordinates of P can be written by using external section formula, because the point P is lying externally of the line segment AB. In that case the coordinates of P will be written as m into x2 minus n into x1 divided by m minus n, comma m into y2 minus n into y1 divided by m minus n. So that is the thing. These are the coordinates. Over here also the same thing is followed, that in order to write down this ratio m, we have chosen the line segment AP. So over here B is not coming, that's why we're going to multiply this m with the coordinates of B. And in order to write this n ratio, that is of the line segment BP, we have not used the coordinates of A. That's why we're going to multiply this A with the coordinates of A, and that is what is written over here. Okay, I hope this thing is clear to all of you guys. Now there are 4 very important points in every triangle. One of them is centroid, another the few are ortho center, circumcenter, in center and all. So let's first talk about centroid. Centroid is nothing but point of intersection of medians. Median is something which originates from one of the vertex and divides the opposite side in the equal ratio. So let's say ABC is a triangle. Now the median is going to originate from A, and the opposite side, that is BC, will be divided into 2 equal parts. So if I am saying that BC is divided into 2 equal parts, means BD is equal to DC. That's why I am calling AD as a median. Okay. Similarly, the median originating from the B point is going to bisect the opposite side AC into 2 equal parts, that is AE will be equal to EC. Similarly, the median originating from C will be bisecting the AB side into 2 equal parts. So AF upon FB. AF and FB are two equal things. Now, there is a very important point about medians, that is all these three medians are concurrent. Concurrent means they are meeting at a same point. Okay, now this ratio AG upon GD is a very important ratio. AG upon GD, it is equal to 2 upon 1. Not only this, but CG upon GF and also BG upon GE, all these ratios are nothing but equal to 2:1, number one. Also, since this was a median, as I told you, and I have also designated this over here, that is BD will be equal to DC. Not only this, AF will be equal to FB. Not only this, but AE will be equal to EC, since these three are the medians. AD, BE and CF are the medians. That's why these relations are going to followed over here. Okay. Now the coordinates of centroid, if we know the coordinates of the vertices of the three of the triangle A, that is x1, y1, B, x2, y2, C, x3, y3, then the coordinates of the centroid can be written as x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Okay. Yes. If we write down the centroid of the triangle, this midpoint, the triangle formed by joining the midpoints of the sides, that is the triangle FED. The triangle FED also has the same centroid. The triangle FED, that is the triangle formed by joining the midpoints of the sides, also do have the same centroid. Okay, this is one of the property. Also, one property is that the triangle AFE, I hope you can observe it over here, AFE, this triangle FBD, this triangle DEC, and this triangle FED. These are four triangles of equal areas. So you must remember this as well. Okay. Yes, so these are triangles with equal areas. These four triangles are triangles with equal areas. Now, if we know the area of the triangle ABC, then area of the triangle AFE is going to be 1/4 of that. AFE, the triangle area of the triangle AFE is going to be 1/4 of the area of the triangle ABC. Okay, so these are the few of the points which are very relevant for you guys. Now let's take this question up and solve this question. A triangle has a vertex at 1, 2 and the midpoints of the two sides through it are this and this. Okay, so this is, let's say, one of the triangle given to us. One of the vertexes 1, 2 and the midpoints of the two sides originating from here are having coordinates -1, 1 and 2, 3. Then the centroid of this triangle is going to be what? Now, can I find out the coordinates of this particular point, since I know that this particular point is a midpoint? So this and this are equal. So if I am assuming the coordinates of this particular point as x2, y2, then the midpoint of A and B is going to be nothing but this point M. Yes or no? So we can apply the midpoint formula. I hope that you people remember midpoint formula that you have studied in class 10th as well. So we can write 1 plus x2 by 2 equal to -1. So the value of x2 is going to be -2 minus 1, that is equal to -3. Okay, you can also write 2 plus y2 upon 2 is equal to 1. So that is going to be nothing but equal to 0. So the coordinates of y2 are coming out to be 0. So this point is going to be -3, 0. Okay, and similarly we can find out the coordinates of this vertex C also as 3, 4. Yep, 3, 4. Okay, now once you have got coordinates of the vertices, you can write down the centroid quite comfortably, because x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 is going to be your centroid. So the answer is going to be what? 1 by 3, 2. 1 by 3, 2, any option? Yes, B for Bombay. So this is the correct answer. I hope you guys are clear with this particular question. Now, as I told you, this very important property that centroid divides any median in the ratio 2:1, that is this particular point we have discussed. Centroid of the triangle DEF, that is the triangle formed by joining the midpoints, is also the very same one, that is G only. The area of the triangle AFE, BFD, area of the triangle CDE, area of the triangle DEF, these are all equal, and this is again equal to, and this is again equal to 1 by 4 times of area of the triangle ABC, right? Okay, that's it. Okay, now another thing is in center. Now let me tell you, in center is point of intersection of Angle bisectors. Now what are angle bisectors? Angle bisectors are number one, different from medians. Medians originate from the vertex and divides the opposite side in the equal ratio. But whereas if we talk about angle bisectors, then angle bisectors, as the name suggests, angle bisector will also originate from the vertices only, and it will basically divide the angle into two equal halves. So that's why we're going to call this white line as one of the angle bisector. Not only this, the angle bisector from here will be like this, because this angle and this angle will be equal, and another angle bisector, if you see, it will be passing like this, that is this angle, and this angle is also going to be equal. So this is nothing but point of intersection of angle bisectors, that is this point is nothing but in center. This point is nothing but in center. If the coordinates of the point x1, this is given to me x1 comma y1, the coordinates of this point x2 comma y2 is given to me, the coordinates of this point c x3 comma y3 is given to me, and this side is having length, let's say small a, this side is having, let's say, length small b, and this side is, let's say, having length small c, then the coordinates of in center I, the coordinates of in center I can be written as ax1 plus bx2 plus cx3 upon a plus b plus c, comma ay1 plus by2 plus cy3 upon a plus b plus c. So do remember the coordinates of this particular point, number one. Okay, over here few of the properties are very relevant. Let me talk about that. So let's say this is point D, this is point E, and this is point F. Okay, let me tell you over here the few important points are, let's say I am calling it as I. So AI upon ID, that is in center, divides the angle bisector in what ratio? So this ratio we need to remember, number one, and another thing, BD upon DC, that this D point is dividing BC in what ratio? Okay, so BD upon DC is nothing but C over B. How to remember this is understand. Okay, yes, BD over DC. Now along the BD, which side of the triangle is there? C. So that's why you can allot this side to this particular thing, and DC towards this, which side of the triangle is there? B side. So that's why allotting it to this. So this side is allotted to this segment DC, and this side length is allotted to this segment BD. So that's how we remember the formula, that BD upon DC is nothing but equal to C upon B. Okay, now talking about AI upon ID, how to remember this is, AI upon ID is B plus C divided by A. Now how to remember this is, AI is a line segment containing A, and from A two sides of the triangle are connected, one having length C, one having length B. That's why we have written B plus C over here. And ID is another line segment which is connected only with one of the sides of the triangle, and that is having length A. That's why ID has been allotted ratio A. This is one of the things. Now we can write down these things for all the three medians. We can write down these two things for all the three medians. Let's say we are talking for all the three angle bisectors. So let's say we are talking about CF angle bisector, then for CF angle bisector, CI upon IF is going to be what? CI upon IF is going to be A plus B divided by C. If we talk about AF upon FB, then that can be written as AF upon FB, in this case can be written as B over A. Okay, yes. Talking about this BE angle bisector, then BI upon IE, if we talk about BI upon IE, then this can be written as what? BI upon IE can be written as A plus C divided by B. And not only this, but AE upon EC, if we talk about AE upon EC, then that particular ratio over here can be rewritten as C over A, right? So these are few of the things which you must remember in case of in center of a triangle. Okay, number one. Number two, in center is what? Exactly, in center is the center of the circle, which touches all the three sides of the triangle. The center of the circle which touches all the three, center of the circle which touches all the three sides of the triangle, which touches all the three sides of the triangle, do remember this, of the triangle which touches all the three sides of the triangle. So that's why we call it as in center, and the circle is known as in circle. I hope you guys are clear with this particular thing. So as we have just discussed, let me again explain you, or let me again ask you these properties, that if AD, BE and CF are the three angle bisectors, then BI upon IE is going to be what? BI upon IE is going to be A plus C divided by B. Yes or no? And if I talk about AE upon EC, then that can be written as C upon A. Okay, these are the properties, and also these are the coordinates of in center. Okay, in center is point of intersection of angle bisectors, right? Angle bisectors. I hope you guys are clear with this particular terminology. If this is the line intersects the x-axis at a point A and the y-axis at the point B, so can we first find out the coordinates of point A and point B? Yes. Okay, this is having slope negative, so let's say x-axis, it is meeting at A, so we need to put y equal to 0 into this, so x equal to 8 is what we're gonna get, and if you put y equal to 0 into this, if you put x equal to 0 into this, we're gonna get this point B. So the coordinates of B are 0, 6, the coordinates of A are 8, 0. Okay, then the in center of the triangle OAB, O is nothing but the origin, so we need to find out the in center of the triangle OAB. Now I hope you know that if a circle is touching both the axes, look over here, if you look at this triangle OAB, then this is a right angled triangle, number one. Number two, if you want to draw a circle which is touching all the three sides of the triangle, that means you are looking for in circle. Okay, and the center of that circle is going to be in center. Okay. And also, if you see over here, you have to draw a triangle which is touching both the coordinate axes. Now let me ask you one thing over here. If a circle is touching both the coordinate axes, don't you think that the center, and that too in the first quadrant, the center of the circle will be having coordinates r, r. So obviously over here the answer has to be r, r. So this option and this option will never be your answer. By the way, this is a JEE previous year question. So understand, this thing you will learn in circles, but now I hope that you people have already cleared class 11, so you have an idea that if a circle is touching both the coordinate axes in the first quadrant, then the center of that circle is going to be r, r. Also, if you see these two options, then you guys can imagine, or you guys can find out whether this point is lying above the straight line or below the straight line. Yes, so 4, 4 I think will be lying above the straight line. Now how come we know about this? If you put 0, 0 into this, then this expression is going to give you a value which is negative, and whereas if you put 4, 4 over there, then this expression is give you a value which is positive. So that means this straight line is dividing the plane into two parts. One is above the straight line and one is below the straight line. The coordinates which if we put over here, and if we are getting a negative value, means those values are lying in this particular region. Those points, those coordinates are lying in this particular region, and if we are putting this point 4, 4 over there, then it is giving me a positive sign, that is different sign, so that region will be the region above the straight line. So obviously 4, 4 is lying outside the circle, so that's why this is not our answer. So objectively also we guys can solve that the answer is going to be option B. So this is one such thing, art of eliminating the options. Now this is a JEE previous year question, and you guys can solve it like this as well, though there is a traditional approach as well. Let me tell you the traditional approach, that if this is coordinates A, then this length is 8, this length is 6, this length is 10. Now you can apply the formula AX1 plus BX2 plus CX3 upon A plus B plus C, comma AY1 plus BY2 plus CY3 upon A plus B plus C. So there are multiple ways to solve this question. If you want to solve this question in a traditional manner, you can apply this formula, because you have coordinates of all the three vertices, number one, and you have all the three sides as well. So you can use this formula and can comfortably find out the in center. But if you use your logic, then I think you can solve it in just a matter of few seconds only. Okay, talking about the third thing, and that is circumcenter. Now circumcenter is center of the triangle which is circumcenter is the circle which is passing through all the three vertices of the triangle. Circumcircle is a circle, circumcircle is a circle which is passing through all the three vertices of the triangle, and the center of this circumcircle is nothing but circumcenter only. Now understand one thing over here, that if this is a circle, and let's say this is the chord of a circle, I hope you guys know that perpendicular from the center bisects the chord. So if you drop a perpendicular from here, this portion and this portion is going to be equal, yes or no? Okay, let's say there is one more chord like this. Okay, let's say there is one more chord like this. If you drop a perpendicular from here, then here also you can say that this length and this length is going to be equal, because this white line is acting as a chord of the circle, right? Okay, if you take one more, let's say like this, okay, and if you drop a perpendicular from here, then also you can say that this portion and this portion is going to be equal, yes or no? Yes. Okay, so now understand, can I say that this pink one, this white one and this one, are these three perpendicular bisectors only? Look, two terms are there, perpendicular bisectors. Perpendicular means it is perpendicular, yes sir, it is perpendicular, yes sir, it is perpendicular, number one. And bisectors as well. Bisector means it is dividing that line segment into two equal parts. If you drop a perpendicular from here, this portion and this portion is equal, so we call this as perpendicular bisector. If you drop a perpendicular from here, this and this are divided into two equal parts. If you drop a perpendicular from here, this and this is divided into two equal parts. So that's why we do call these three lines as perpendicular bisectors. So understand one thing, don't you think that if this is a triangle ABC, if this is a triangle ABC, then the circle which is passing from all the three vertices is known as circumcircle, number one. So this is the center of the circle, so we gonna call it as circumcenter only. So can we say that circumcenter is nothing but center of a circle which passes through all the three vertices, and also circumcenter is point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors? Yes or no? Yes, that's what we have drawn it. That's why we have drawn it like this. All right. Talking about the fourth part, and that is ortho center. Now ortho center is point of intersection of altitudes. Understand, altitudes are a different thing. Let's say if this is a triangle, then if we are dropping perpendicular from here, so it will be drawn like this. If we are drawing a perpendicular from here onto the another side, it will be drawn like this. If we are drawing a perpendicular from here, it will be drawn like this. Now these are altitude. Altitude means height. Okay, yes, you can feel it like this. So altitude is different, perpendicular bisector is different, median is different, and angle bisector is different. So these are altitudes. That's why I am saying that ortho center is nothing but point of intersection of altitudes. I hope you have studied this particular thing, that if two lines are perpendicular, then the product of slope is equal to -1. So this important property, m1 into m2 equal to -1, is quite often used in the questions of ortho center. You don't need to remember this particular formula. Let me summarize a few things over here which are very important. Centroid, no matter what kind of a triangle it is, whether the triangle is acute, obtuse or whatever, the centroid is always inside the triangle, no matter whether the triangle is acute, obtuse or right angle triangle, always in center also. Whereas if you talk about circumcenter, then in the case of acute angled triangle, the circumcenter is going to be inside. If it is a right angled triangle, then the circumcenter is going to be midpoint of hypotenuse. And if the triangle is obtuse angled triangle, then circumcenter is going to lie outside. This is very, very, very important thing. These are very easy things as well, but let me summarize these things. Ortho center is what? Ortho center for an acute angled triangle is inside. It is inside. For right angled triangle, it is the point at which 90 degree is formed. And also if I talk about obtuse angled triangle, then that lies outside the triangle. Okay, so do remember this. Let me explain you these points as well. If this is a right angle triangle, then I hope you know that angle in a semicircle is 90 degree. Have you learnt this property? So if this is 90 degree angle, and if you are drawing a circumcircle of this, then don't you think that angle in a semicircle is 90 degree, means this is going to be the midpoint of this center of this circumcircle? So that's what you guys can feel. Okay, if you are, let's say this is a right angle triangle given to you, if you are drawing a perpendicular from this particular vertex onto the opposite side, that perpendicular will be drawn like this. If you are drawing a perpendicular from here, it will be drawn like this. Now this is the point at which 90-degree angle is forming. So if two altitudes are meeting at this point, then the third altitude will also pass from the same point only, and that's why I am saying that ortho center of a right angle triangle is the point at which 90-degree angle is formed. Okay, all right. Now this is one very important point. I hope you know that. Look, understand this. For any triangle, whether the triangle is scalene, isosceles or any triangle, centroid, circumcenter and orthocenter will always lie in a same line. Okay, for any triangle, centroid, orthocenter and circumcenter will always lie in a same line. So that is this in this ratio 2:1. Let me talk about this ONGC. Let me give you a trick to remember this. I hope you know ONGC is a very well-known company in India. So there is no sense of N over here, but the order is clear, O, G and C. So OG upon GC if you see, OG upon GC, OG upon GC if you see. Now it is a big company, so a lot of guys do remember that whether it is 2 upon 1 or 1 upon 2. So we know that ONGC is a big company, that's why a number has to be greater. So 1 upon 2 and 2 upon 1, these are the two numbers which are possible. So it has to be a bigger company, that means it has to be a bigger number. So like this you can remember the logic. Over here O is nothing but orthocenter, G is nothing but centroid and C is nothing but circumcenter. Do remember this terminology as well, because a lot of guys are confused. C means centroid because centroid also starts with C. So do remember this particular thing as well. Okay, yep. Let me tell you a few more important properties over here, and that is that for any triangle, whether scalene, isosceles or equilateral, these 3 points are going to be collinear. That's why the ratio was there. Okay, for isosceles triangle, the moment the triangle becomes isosceles, in center also joins the party. In center also comes collinear, matlab it also lies on the same line, and after that the triangle becomes, let's say, equilateral. For an equilateral triangle, all these points are same, that is, for an equilateral triangle, centroid, incenter, circumcenter, orthocenter, they are all same. If it is asked to you in the problem that for an equilateral triangle calculate orthocenter, that means you have to find out centroid only, because I hope you know that centroid is very easy to calculate. Yep. Okay, so these are important things. How to remember is, you can feel it like this. For any triangle, orthocenter, centroid and circumcenter, these are collinear, that is, they are in the ratio 2:1 for any triangle. The moment the triangle becomes isosceles, in center will also join the party, and the moment the triangle becomes equilateral, all these 4 points will combine at the same place and gonna have fun and gonna party, right? I hope this point is also clear to all of you guys. So find the orthocenter of the triangle with vertices this. Whenever any point is asked to you, first find out what kind of a triangle it is, because if a triangle is right angled, if a triangle is equilateral, then it is very easy to find out the remaining points. Okay, but over here orthocenter is being asked, circumcenter is given to me, and the 3 vertices of the triangle are given to me, so we can easily find out the coordinates of centroid. Centroid is nothing but x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. So if we do that, we are gonna get 7, 5, 12, 12 by 3 is 4, 4, 7 by 3. So this is our centroid, and we know one thing, that orthocenter, circumcenter and this is centroid, this is circumcenter. So they divide in the ratio 2:1. So we do have the coordinates of these 2 points, and what we want is the coordinate of this. So we can apply section formula over here and can get the coordinates of orthocenter quite comfortably. So whenever out of these 3 things, orthocenter, circumcenter and centroid, if 2 of the things are given to me, then we can find out the third one by this logic, OG upon GC equal to 2:1, number 1. Number 2, it is very easy to calculate centroid if the vertices are given to you, because the centroid is nothing but x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Okay, so if you want to find out the coordinates of this point orthocenter over here, we can use section formula. So if that is the case, then 0 to 4, then 8, 12. So 12, over here 7 by 3, then 7 by 3 to 14 by 3. So this is going to be the answer, right? 21 by 3. Yes, ultimately this will be the final answer. You guys can apply section formula. I have calculated in my mind itself. This is also a trick. Let me elaborate on this. If you want to move from C to G, you have to ultimately move 1 unit. Okay. In order to move 1 unit, you have to change your x coordinate from 0 to 4. In order to move 1 unit, you have to change your x coordinate from 0 to 4. So in order to move 2 units, you have to change from 4 to what value? You have to move, if you are moving 4 to 8, you will move 1 unit, and then if you are moving from 8 to 12, you will be moving 2 units. Yes or no? So that's why I have directly written 12 over here. Similarly, in order to move 1 unit from 0, you have reached 7 by 3. So now you have to move 2 more units. So from 7 by 3 to 14 by 3, you will move 1 unit, and from 14 by 3 to 21 by 3, you will move 2 units. So ultimately you have to move 2 units over here. So 21 by 3 is going to be what? 7. Okay, I have made a mistake over here. It is going to be 7 over here. So this is going to be the final answer. I hope you guys are clear with this particular thing. Okay, now one such area is locus. A lot of guys are confused with the locus thing. So let me elaborate a few things over here. Locus is what? Movement of a point which is moving under certain restrictions. Movement of a point which is moving under certain restrictions. Let's say you have something which you have tied over here, and this is, let's say, a rod. Now I am rotating this rod in such a way that length of the rod is never going to change, obviously. Okay, and this point is hinged over here. So under this condition, if I have tied something over here and if I am moving this particular thing, so it is going to cover a particular path. So this path is known as locus of this particular point under these conditions, that this point is fixed and this length is fixed. So locus is nothing but movement of a point under certain restrictions. Movement of a point under certain restrictions. So do keep this thing in your mind. Okay. Now in order to solve the question of locus, there is always a trick, a brahmastra of mine, which you can apply, and I can tell you that around 90% of the problems you will be able to solve. So find the locus of a point which moves such that its distance from two fixed points A, 1, 2 and B minus 1, 3 is equal. Let me tell you about this. A is a point 1, 2 and B is a point what? Let's say B is a point minus 1, 3. Now we have to move in such a way that the distance of that point from these 2 points has to be equal. So one of this point can be the midpoint, yes or no? One of these points can be midpoint, because midpoint is one such point from which if you calculate the distance of A and if you calculate the distance from B, that is going to be equal. So ultimately if you are moving on some path, you will sometime you will come on to this point as well, yes or no? Because ultimately you have to keep your distance from A and distance from B equal. So if you are traveling on that path, ultimately there will be one moment when you will pass through point P as well, because PA is equal to PB is there. Okay, I said fine. Now how many such more points are there? So let me tell you, if I go on the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining AB, then you guys can imagine that this is always going to form similar triangles, yes or no? If I am moving anywhere on this perpendicular bisector of B, then two similar triangles are getting formed, and similar triangles are getting formed means if I take any point, this P dash, the P dash A and P dash B are going to be equal, yes or no? So I can travel on perpendicular bisector of AB, perpendicular bisector of AB. So the locus of the point such that its distance from A and B is equal is going to be the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining AB. One way is feeling this particular thing, another way is by solving it objectively. Let's say we have, by solving it subjectively, let's say we have taken a point H comma K, the coordinates of point P. Now PA has to be equal to PB means PA has to be equal to PB means we have to the square of these also will be equal. The square of these are equal means H minus 1 ka whole square plus K minus 2 ka whole square will be equal to H plus 1 ka whole square plus Y minus K minus 3 ka whole square, yes or no everyone? So if that is the thing, you just solve this particular thing and you will be able to have your answer. So minus 2H plus 1 minus 4K plus 4, H square and K square are already cancelled, 2h plus 1 minus 6k plus 9. Just simplify this thing. What you will get is nothing but your equation of locus, and that equation of locus is going to be nothing but perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining AB only. Alright, let's talk about this particular question on locus. Now, this is one of the IIT JEE previous year question, and I would like to give you one simple trick which you can apply in each and every question of locus, and you will be able to get to the answer. So let's talk about this particular question. Find locus of image of origin, with respect to this line. If you have studied family of lines, then you guys can tell that these lines can also be rewritten like this. First we are segregating the terms having lambda in it and then rewriting the equation like this, right? Okay, so this is L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0, family of lines. So this represents lines passing through the point of intersection of this equal to 0 and this equal to 0. So can you first find out the point of intersection of these two lines? Can you first find out the point of intersections of these two lines, kids? Do let me know. Yes, let me talk about this. 1, 2 is the solution. Yes, seems correct to me. The point of intersection of these two lines is point of intersection is 1, 2. Yes or no? So ultimately these are infinite lines passing from 1, 2. Yes or no? These are infinite lines passing from 1, 2. I said okay, 1, 2 is going to be somewhere over here, 1, 2. Okay, and we have to find out the origins image about this particular point. Okay, now understand one thing, all of these are circles. If I am talking about image of 0, 0 about the point 1, 2, then it is going to be somewhere over here or not? Do let me know everyone. Yes sir. Okay, so what that image is going to be? Can you find out the coordinate of image? The coordinate of image will be basically lying on this same line only. So you can write down the coordinates of image as 2, 4. Yes or no? So in which of the following options 2, 4 is lying? Because the image of 0, 0 will be 2, 4 about the point 1, 2. Yes or no? So what, in which of the following options 2, 4 is getting satisfied? Let's see. Over here if you see, it is going to be 4 plus 16 minus 2 minus 8 plus 3. Is it satisfying? No, because this is an odd number. So from here only you can have an idea that this is not going to satisfy, because rest of the terms are even only. Okay, over here also I think you can feel that this is not going to be our answer. Over here if you feel this is not going to be our answer. Okay, so which of the following option is going to be our answer? X minus 2y plus 3 equal to 0, okay, and 2x minus 3y plus 4 equal to 0. From here if you put x equal to 1 and 3 y equal to 2, so this is satisfied. X equal to 1 and y equal to 2, this is also satisfied. So 1, 2, if the image of this point, if you see about this, then it is going to be what? It is going to be 2, 4 only. So which of the following equation is getting satisfied? Let's see. Okay, which of the following equation is getting satisfied? Let's see. This is going to be 4 plus 16 minus 2 minus 8 plus 3. So this is going to be 20. No, obviously no. Over here if you see, it is going to be how much? It is going to be 4 plus 16 minus 4 minus 16 plus 3 equal to 0. So this is not our answer. Okay, x square plus this. I think is there any option which is wrongly given to us? Let me check it out first, because I think this objective trick has to work in each of the questions. Okay, it is not like that this trick will not work in all the questions. It has to work. There is no other choice. Okay, yes. So let me check few options on this so that I can explain you better. Yes, as I was telling you, this option B does not have plus 3 in it. So let me correct it. This option B does not have plus 3 in it. So this is equal to 0. Okay. This thing equal to 0 is given to me. So we can say that 2, 4 is satisfying this particular equation. So the answer is going to be option B. Okay. Yes. So there is a correction. This is equal to 0 given to me in the problem, and that's why option B, that is 2, is our correct answer. So this is what am I telling you is ki there will be infinite points which will be satisfying the equation of locus. There will be infinite points which will be satisfying the equation of locus, because locus is nothing but a path. So a path contains infinite number of points. So out of those infinite points, we will be finding out a few points which has to satisfy the equation of locus, and from there we can see which of the following option is satisfying that particular point, and accordingly we're going to mark our answer. I hope you guys are clear with this. Yes? Okay. Let's move on to the next question. A point P moves on this particular line. Okay. A point P moves on this particular line. Okay, if Q is 1, 4 and R is 3, minus 2 are some fixed points given to me, then the locus of the center of the triangle PQR is what? Look, Q and R are fixed, but P is a variable point on this line. So if P, Q, R, P out of P, Q and R, if any one of the point is also not fixed, then the center of the triangle is not going to be fixed. So if P is changing, accordingly center of the triangle is also going to change. So that's why the question is asking me the locus of that particular centroid. I said okay. Q's coordinates are given to me equal to 1, 4. R's coordinate are given to me equal to 3, minus 2. Now P can be any point on this particular line, yes or no? So it can be equal to 2, 0 as well, because 2, 0 is a point which is satisfying this particular line. So let's take P equal to 2, 0. In that case, the coordinates of the centroid will be what? Can you find out? 4, 2, 6, 6 by 3. That is 2, this is going to be 2 by 3. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So these are the coordinates. I said fine. Okay. If we take any other point, now whatever is the answer, let's say if equations of the centroid are given to me, then this point has to satisfy that. So we can satisfy it. Now over here the options are different. Look, slope 3 by 2 parallel to x-axis, slope 2 by 3 parallel to y-axis. So we can understand one thing, that the centroid of the triangle is lying on a straight line only. Yes or no from these options? Though the equation of that straight line is not given to me, but I can see and feel through the options that the equation has to be a straight line only. So I can take one more point on this straight line. So it can be 0, 4 by 3. So the moment we take the coordinates of P as 0, 4 by 3, can we find out the centroid in that case? So the coordinate of the centroid in that case is going to be what? It is going to be 4 by 3, 2 plus 4 by 3 by 3. Yes or no? Okay. And now if these are the 2 points which are satisfying the locus, then these points will be lying on that straight line. Yes or no? So can we guys find out the slope by using these 2 points? So 2 plus 4 by 3 by 3 minus 2 by 3 divided by 4 by 3 minus 2 is what we're gonna do. So over here if you see, then this is going to be 4 by 9 into 3 times of 4 minus 6, that is minus 2. So if that is the case, then we can say that this is 1, this is 2, minus 2 by 3 is the slope coming or anything else. Let's check it out. What is the slope coming? What is the slope coming? Let's find it out. And the moment you can find out the slope of the line joining these 2 centroids, that has to be your answer. Yes or no? Yep. So 4 by 9, why is it coming negative? Let me check. Did I make any calculation mistake? If you put x equals to 0, then y's value is going to be 4 by 3. If that is the case, then 2 plus 4 by 3 is going to be this. Okay. And then over here if we see 0, okay, 4 by 3 only, and over here if we see, then 5, 6 by 3 is 2, and this is 2 by 3. Okay, both of these are absolutely correct. Then 2 minus 4 by 3, if we do, what is the slope coming? The slope of these 2 lines is coming out to be 2 cancelled, 4 by 9 into 3 times of minus 6, so minus 2. So 3 ones are 3, then 1, then 2. Slope is minus 2 by 3. It should be minus 2 by 3. So that's why C for Calcutta will be the correct answer. Right. So that's what I'm telling you, that through options itself you will be able to solve the questions of locus. In order to solve the questions of locus, you just need to find out a few points which satisfies the equation of locus. That's it. Because locus will have infinite points on it. From those infinite points, if you are able to find out few points which has to satisfy the equation of locus, from there itself you will be able to solve all the questions of locus. Now there are few concepts like shifting of origin. Okay, Now a lot of times I have seen that kids are not able to understand this, but if you remember my rule, nose rule, then you will be able to understand shifting of origin quite comfortably. Earlier the origin was over here, this point was looking as h comma k, you were looking at this point and it was a small x comma small y for you. Now you have shifted your origin to, let's say, h comma k. Obviously the coordinates of small x comma small y point will be changing. So let's say they have become now capital X comma capital Y. So this is nothing but shifting of origin. Over here the x's are still parallel. The x's are still parallel. Over here translation has not happened, only translation has happened but not rotation. Not rotation means this is also parallel to x-axis and this is also parallel to x-axis. That is what translation and not rotation. Okay. So if you remember nose rule, you will be able to understand these formulas quite comfortably. Nu is equal to old minus shifted. New x equal to old x minus shifted, the point where at which you have shifted. Similarly for y, nose rule, new is equal to old minus shifted. Nose means new equal to old minus shifted. That's it. If you remember this much, then you will be able to solve this question. Let's talk about this. At what point the origin be shifted so that the coordinate of this point becomes this? That means this is our new one and this is our old one. Yes or no? So nose rule is equal to what? New is equal to old minus shifted. Okay, so new is what? New's x is nothing but minus 3. Old's x is nothing but 4 minus x shifted is what we need to calculate. So x shifted is going to be what? X shifted is going to be 4 plus 3, that is 7. Yes or no? Similarly, if you do y new is equal to y old minus shifted, nose rule. So here if you see y new is 9, y old is 5 and y shifted will be what? Y shifted will be equal to minus 4. So where the origin needs to be shifted is x shifted comma y shifted, that is equal to 7 comma minus 4. So the origin should be shifted to 7 comma minus 4 so that the coordinates of the point 4 comma 5 now becomes minus 3 comma 9. That's it. So remember nose rule whenever shifting of origin is asked. I hope you guys are clear with this particular thing. Okay, moving on to the next thing over here. If the origin is shifted to this particular point without rotation means translation has happened, what will be the equation of the curve? This. Okay, so this small x and small y, these are old coordinates, that's why it is asking the new coordinates will become what? Shifted. These are shifted, so this is x shifted and comma y shifted. Okay, so let's say nose rule, x new, I am calling it as capital X, equal to x old minus this, and from here we can see that small x is nothing but capital X plus 1, and if you talk about y new will be what? Y new is, let's say, capital Y, and this will be equal to what? Y old minus y shifted, so y plus 2, so small y's value is going to be what? Capital Y minus 2. So the moment you got the value of small x and small y, you can put it in this curve y square equal to 4x, and the moment you will get y minus 2's whole square equal to 4 times of x plus 1. This is how the curve's equation is going to look like now. That's it. So this is the answer. Okay, rotation without translation. Now translation we have seen, this time we are seeing rotation. Now there are few formulas which kids are not able to understand, so that's why I have made this particular table. You can use this particular table to write down the formulas. Okay, over here old coordinates are written, over here new coordinates are written, over here cos theta sin theta, over here minus sin theta cos theta. That's it. If you are able to recall this table, then any case of translation can be solved quite comfortably. Small x will be equal to what? The value of small x will be equal to x into cos theta, this into this times this into this. Okay, this is the formula happening. The value of small y will be what? Capital X into sin theta, y into cos theta, and adding both of these things. That's it. If you want to write down the coordinates of capital X, that is new coordinates, the new coordinates can be written as what? X into cos theta and then y into sin theta. I hope you understood this into this into this, and adding the two things. If you want to write down the coordinates of this, so x into minus sin theta and y into cos theta, add both of these things. So this table, if you have understood, then you can understand all these 4 formulas and there will be no confusion at all. Okay, so that is one such thing. All right, moving ahead, let's do some question based on rotation as well. Let's do some question based on rotation as well. The coordinates of a point P with respect to the x's are 2, 4 if the x's are rotated. Okay, so these are old ones. Okay, if the x's are rotated through 30 degrees, so this is our theta, and that too in the clockwise direction. Okay, in the anti-clockwise direction. In the anti-clockwise direction, the angles are taken as positive. In the clockwise direction, the angle are taken as negative. Okay, then find the new coordinates of P. So you can feel that particular table. In case you are not able to recall the formulas, you can always use that table. Okay, so let me write it over here: small x, small y. Over here, capital X and capital Y. Okay, the table is what? Cos theta, sin theta. And over here minus sin theta, cos theta. That's it. This table, if you understood or if you remember, then your work is done. Okay. Now over here we need to find out the new coordinates. Yes or no? New coordinates. So we need to write down capital X. Capital X is nothing but x into cos theta, this into this into this, plus y into sin theta. Okay. The capital Y new coordinate is what? Minus x into sin theta plus y into cos theta. That's it. Now this value, if you want to find out, x's value old is 2 cos theta, that is cos 30 degree, plus y is 4 and sin 30 degree. So this thing is done. You have got the coordinate x new one. Similarly, you can get the coordinate y new one. Okay, so minus 2 times of sin 30 degree plus 4 times of cos 30 degree. That's it. Y new coordinate also you have got. So this is your answer. Okay, now moving on to a next concept, that is intercept. Okay, now understand that if this is your x-axis and this is one of a line and this is origin, and let's say a line is passing like this, so this length is nothing but your length of intercept. That is the distance between origin and this point is length of intercept. Now if it is towards positive x-axis, the x-intercept is going to be positive. If it is towards negative x-axis like this, then the x-intercept is going to be negative. Okay, similarly if it is towards for the y-axis as well. Okay, so intercept can be positive, negative as well as 0. Okay, it can be positive as well as negative as well as 0, but length of intercept is always positive, because length is something which is always positive only, right? If a line passes through origin, then its intercept on both the axes are going to be 0 only. Yep. Okay, and similarly these are the things. Okay, slope, inclination of a line is theta. Let's say we always measure the angle from the positive direction of x-axis. If we are measuring the angle in the anti-clockwise direction, the theta is taken as positive. The angle of inclination goes from 0 to 180 degree for a line. Okay, and the slope is known as tan of that particular angle, right? Tan of theta. And if x2 comma y2 and x1 comma y1 are 2 points given to me and I need to write down the slope can be written as y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So these are two ways of writing down the slopes. Let me ask you a few points over here. If I give you an example like this, that this is x-axis and this is one of the line having slope m1, this is another line having slope m2, this is a perpendicular line by the way, and this is another line having a slope m3, this is another line having a slope m4. Now tell me the slopes in the increasing order. Tell me the slopes in the increasing order. Okay, let's say this angle is theta 1, let's say this angle is theta 2, let's say this angle of inclination is theta 3, and let's say this angle over here is theta 4. Okay, obviously if we talk about angle of inclinations, then theta 4 is going to be greater than theta 3, going to be greater than theta 2, then theta 1. But if we talk about slope, then we can say that m3 and m4 are negative. Yes or no? Because tan of angle in the second quadrant is going to be negative, whereas if we see about m1 and m2, they are going to be positive. Yes or no? Okay, so m1 and m2 are positive numbers, so they have to be greater than m3 and m4. This is for sure, number one. Okay, if we see over here, then between 0 to pi by 2, tan's value increases. Yes or no? If tan is tan of pi by 4 and tan of pi by 3, if you see, tan of pi by 3 is going to be greater than tan of pi by 4. Yes or no? So m2 has to be greater than m1 or not? Okay. Number one. Number two, if we talk about the value of m3 and m4, these are two negative values. Now which one will be greater, m3 or m4? Which one will be greater, m3 or m4? Do let me know guys. M4 will be greater or m3 will be greater? Obviously m4 will be greater. Yes or no? Because both are negative values, feel it. You can take two angles, 120 degree and 150 degree. Tan of 120 degree is going to be minus root 3, whereas tan of 150 degree is going to be minus 1 by root 3. Which one is bigger, minus 1 by root 3 or minus root 3? Minus 1 by root 3 is bigger, yes or no? Feel it? Yes. So that's why this order will be followed over here if the four slopes M1, M2, M3, M4 are given to me. Okay. So the angle of inclination goes from 0 to 180 degree. Whenever theta is 90 degree, M is not defined. Okay. So for a line parallel to y-axis, slope is not defined. If a line is parallel to x-axis, then the slope is 0. If the angle is between 0 to 90 degree, angle of inclination, then the slope is going to be positive. If the angle of inclination is between 90 degree to 180 degree, the slope is going to be negative. Okay. Yes. Alright, determine x so that 2 is the slope of the line joining these 2 points. So we can say that 5 minus 3 upon 2 minus x is going to be equal to 2. Yes, this is how we write down the slope. Solve this equation to get the value of x and the question will be done. Find the slope of a line having equal intercepts on both the axes. Now this is a very important point. Equal intercepts on both the axes. Understand this point. Equal intercepts on both the lines. Equal intercepts. Now equal intercepts means what? If a line is like this, then the intercepts are equal, means this length and this length is equal. Okay, and if a line is like this, then also this length and this length will be equal. And also understand two things are there. Equal intercept is one thing and equal length of intercept is another thing. These are two different things. Let me tell you this thing, that equal intercept is one thing. Equal intercept is different from equal length of intercepts. Equal length of intercepts. If it is given to me that a line is there having equal intercept means slope has to be equal to minus 1. But if a line is having equal length of intercepts, then that means slope can be plus 1 or minus 1 both. Now this is something very important. Let me tell you about this. If a line is having slope 1, let's say, then over here the length of this and this are equal, no doubt about that. But the y-intercept is positive, whereas the x-intercept is negative. If a line is like this, then also it can have a slope 1, but over here if you see, the x-intercept is going to be positive and the y-intercept is going to be negative. So over here the intercept can never be equal, because one of them is positive value, one of them is negative value. Whereas if it is given to me that the equal length of intercept is there, that is fine. Okay, when the slope is minus 1, the line will be drawn like this. Let me tell you this. If the slope is minus 1, then the line will be drawn like this. This angle will be 45 degree, by the way, because this angle will be 135 degree. Yes or no? If that is the case, then you guys can feel that this is going to be isosceles triangle. So this side going to be equal. So length of the intercepts are equal, and also this is positive, this is positive. So equal intercepts are there. That's why I am saying that the line, so slope will be equal to minus 1 when equal intercepts are given to me. But when equal length of intercepts are given to me, the slope will be equal to plus minus 1. So do remember this particular thing. Now this is very important formula. Whenever angle between two lines is asked, this formula will be used. Tan theta equal to m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 m2, where m1 m2 are the slopes of the line. This line is having, let's say, slope m1, this line is having, let's say, slope m2. So there will be two angles forming between these two lines. One is theta, another one will be pi minus theta. Understand, there are two kinds of angles which can form between two lines. One is theta, another one will be pi minus theta, one will be acute, then the another one will be obtuse. Okay, so this is the formula for acute angle between the two lines. Number 1. Out of three things, m1, m2 and theta, out of three things, m1, m2 and theta, if any two things are given to me and I need to find out the third one, I will be using this particular formula. I am repeating this thing. If out of m1, m2 and theta, if any two things are given to me and we need to find out the third one, we will be using this particular formula. What are the conditions for two lines to be parallel? If the two lines are parallel, then m1 equal to m2, and if the two lines are perpendicular, then the angle will be 90 degree. Tan 90 degree is undefined, means denominator will be equal to 0. So 1 plus m1 m2 has to be equal to 0, means m1 m2 has to be equal to minus 1 if the two lines are perpendicular. And if the lines are parallel, then the slopes will be equal, because the angle between them is going to be 0 in that case. Yes. So these are also very important points. Okay, Moving ahead, kids. When the two lines are parallel, theta equal to 0 degree means m1 equal to m2. Okay, how many infinite lines are possible? How many parallel lines are possible? Infinite. Okay, when lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. Okay, when the lines are perpendicular, the product of the slope is equal to -1. So if we know, let's say it is given to me that a line is having slope 2 and we want to write down a line perpendicular to this, so the perpendicular line's slope is going to be -1/2. If a line is having slope, let's say -1/3, and if you want to write down a line perpendicular to that, then that perpendicular line will be having a slope equal to 3. Okay, number 1. Number 2, if I have given you a straight line like this, there are multiple forms of straight line, ax plus by plus c equal to 0. This is known as general form of a straight line. General form of a straight line. General form of a straight line. You might have studied linear equation in two variables in class 10th. Linear equation in two variables in class 10th, yes. So that is also a straight line only, and this is what two variables x and y, linear equation. Why? Because the power of x and y are given to me equal to 1. So this is general form of a line. Whenever a line is given to you like this and a slope is asked, so what you do is minus a by b, that is minus times of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. Let's say I give you a line like this and I ask you what is the slope of this line, so minus times of 3/2, that is you can orally tell me the slope. If I give you some another forms of straight line like y equal to mx plus c, which is known as slope intercept form. So over here slope intercept form, then over here the slope is nothing but m. So there are multiple forms of a straight line. If a line is given to you in this format, general form of a line, that is like this, you can write down the equation of slope, you can write down the slope quite comfortably, minus times of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. Okay, yes, do remember this particular thing. Okay, angle between the two lines, as we have discussed these things already, show that the following points are collinear. Now if the points are collinear, then their slopes has to be equal. So if this is a, this is b, this is c, if these 3 points are collinear, then MAB, that is slope of the line joining AB, slope of the line joining BC has to be equal, yes or no? So 6 minus 4 divided by 5 minus 3 is how much? 1. Okay, minus 1 minus 6 divided by minus 2 minus 5, so minus 7 by minus 7 equal to 1. So the slopes of these two lines are equal, means the two lines are collinear over here because B point is common as well. Now understand, if the slopes of two lines are equal, then the lines can be parallel, but if one of the point is common in these two lines, then the lines will be collinear or the lines will be coincident. Okay, here the points are collinear and the lines are coincident. Okay, show that these points are the vertices of a right angled triangle. Now if it is a right angled triangle, then it has to follow Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so let's see 4, 4, 3, 5. Let me call this point as A, this point as B, this point as C. Okay, so if you write down the slope of AB, the slope of the line AB is 5 minus 4 divided by 3 minus 4, that is equal to how much? Minus 1. Okay, the slope of the line BC, if you see, the slope of the line BC is 5 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1, so that is equal to 6 upon 4, that is equal to 3/2. I said okay, what is the slope of the line joining AC? 5 upon 5, that is equal to 1. So over here we can see that AB and AC are perpendicular because the product of their slopes is equal to -1. So A is the point common, so that's why A is the point at which 90-degree angle is getting formed. So this is A, this is B. Okay, now can we guys write down the length of AB by using distance formula? Yes, this is going to be root 2. Okay, can we guys write down the AC's length? AC's length is going to be 5 square plus 5 square, so 5 root 2. And if we write down the length of BC over here, BC is going to be what? Under root 6 square plus 4 square, so that is equal to 36 plus 16 under root 52. So is Pythagoras theorem following? Yes, Pythagoras theorem is following. That means it is a right angle triangle. Pythagoras theorem is also followed. Yes, so that's why we can say that it is a right angled triangle. Alright, moving on to the next thing. Find the value of x and y for which A, B, C, D are the vertices of an isosceles trapezium. Now in a trapezium, this side and this side are parallel, and in an isosceles trapezium, the two non-parallel sides are also equal. So this length AD and this length CB is also equal. Okay, so we need to find out the values of x and y. Okay, so understand the slope of AB and the slope of DC has to be equal. So slope of AB, if you write 2 minus 0 upon 0 minus 2 equal to slope of CD if you write 7 minus y upon 0 minus x. One equation is this, and also AD will be equal to CB. AD equal to CB means You can apply the distance formula. Under root x minus 2 ka whole square plus y minus 0 ka whole square equal to CB if you do 0 square plus 5 square. So you can solve, if you square both sides, x minus 2 ka whole square plus y square equal to 5 square, calling it as equation 2. Now 2 equations, 2 unknowns, solve for x and y. Solve 1 and 2, solve 1 and 2 for the values of x and y. I hope you can do this. There has to be no issue at all. So I'm leaving this particular part as homework. I hope you're gonna do it on your own. If a point PQR are 3 points given to me, then find the angle between the straight lines PQ and QR. Okay, PQ and QR. So let's say this is our point Q. Let's say somewhere over here is point P. The coordinates P are minus 2 comma 1. The coordinates of the point Q are 2 comma 3. Can we write down the slope? M1 is 1 minus 3 divided by minus 2, that is equal to minus 2 by minus 4 equal to 1 by 2. Okay, if you are writing down the slope of this R point is, by the way, minus 2 comma minus 4. So let me write down the slope minus 4 minus 3 divided by minus 2, so minus 7 by minus 4, that is equal to 7 by 4. Now if we have the value M1 M2, then the acute angle between the two lines can be written by the formula tan theta equal to mod of M1 minus M2 upon 1 plus M1 M2. Just use this formula and find out the angle between the two straight lines, because as I told you, if out of these three things, theta, M1 and M2, if two things are given to me and we need to find out the third one, we will be using this particular formula. So I hope you guys are clear with this. Remaining part of the problem I am leaving as homework for you guys. I hope you guys can do it on your own. If the straight line this is perpendicular to the line passing through this and this, then beta's value is going to be what? Okay. Can you guys tell me the slope of this particular line? The slope of this particular line is going to be 2 by 3. Okay. So the line perpendicular to this will be having slope what? The line perpendicular to this will be having slope minus 3 by 2. Because if two lines are perpendicular, then their slope, product of slopes, is going to be equal to minus 1. I said okay. This line is also passing through the points joining this and this. So can we write down the slope by using these 2 points as well? Yes. So just solve this equation for the value of beta and your question is done. Solve for beta. By the way, this problem was asked in JEE mains. Look, such kind of problems are being asked. This line is having slope 2 by 3. We have to write down line perpendicular to this. So if this is having slope 2 by 3, the perpendicular line will be having slope minus 3 by 2. And that perpendicular line is also passing through these 2 points. So we can write down the slope by using these 2 points as well, like this. And the moment we have written it, I think these two things are equal and we can solve for beta quite comfortably, and this JEE main problem will be solved in a matter of few seconds only. Equation of coordinate axis. Now the coordinate axis, x-axis is having y equal to 0 and the equation of y-axis is x equal to 0. On the x-axis y is equal to 0 always. On the x-axis x is, on the y-axis x will always be equal to 0. If a line is parallel to x-axis, then y will always be a constant on that line, and if a line is parallel to y-axis, then x will always be a constant on that particular line. Keep these points in your mind. If I ask you, a line is passing, if a line is passing through 2 comma 3 and is parallel to x-axis, if a line is passing through 2 comma 3 and is parallel to x-axis, what will be its equation? To y equal to 3. And if a line is passing through 2 comma 3 and is parallel to y-axis, then the equation of the line will be x equal to 2. So these are very basic things. You must keep these things in mind. Also, let me tell you a few points, that if somewhere over here, let's say a point 2 comma 3 is there, then what is the distance of this point from the x-axis? Is equal to 3, and what is the distance of this point from the y-axis? It is equal to 2. Also do remember these kind of things. I hope you guys are clear with these particular things. Okay, find the equation of the line if parallel to the y-axis. Parallel to the y-axis means x equal to constant. Okay, at a distance of 5 units to the left side of it. Okay, 5 units to the left side of it. Okay, understand it? 5 units to the left side of it means this distance has to be minus 5. Okay, so this is x equal to what? This is x equal to minus 5. That's it. Yes? Okay. Equation of the lines parallel to the coordinate axis is passing through this. If a line is parallel to x-axis and passing from h comma k, the line will be y equal to k, and if a line is passing through h comma k and parallel to y-axis, it will be x equal to h. Okay. Yep. Alright, moving on to the next thing. A line passing through 4 comma minus 7 and parallel to x-axis will be y equal to minus 7, and a line passing through minus 2 comma minus 3 and parallel to y-axis will be x equal to minus 2. Yes, everyone? Alright, moving on to the next thing, slope point form. Slope point form, look, two words of a straight line. Now there are different forms. As I told you, one of them is general form of a straight line, ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Now second one we are studying slope point form. Slope point form, two terms are coming over here. One is slope, one is point. So if two things are given to me like slope and point and one point, one slope and one point, if these two things are given to me, I can write down the equation of line quite comfortably. Let's say a point x1 comma y1 is given to me and a slope m is given to me. Okay, so we can write down the equation of the line like this, y minus y1 equal to m times of x minus x1. Understand, in order to write down line, we should be given two things. It can be 2 points. If 2 points are given to me, then we can use 2-point form. It can be one slope and 1 point, then we can use slope point form, right? 2 intercepts as well, because from intercepts we can find out the points, and from points we can find out the slope, we can find out the slope point. We can then use slope point form or 2-point form, anything to write down the equation of a straight line. So if 1 point x1 comma y1 and a slope m is given to me, then the equation of the straight line passing from x1 comma y1 and having slope m can be represented like this, y minus y1 equal to slope times of x minus x1. I hope you guys are clear with this 2-point form. Whenever 2 points are given to me, let's say x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2, then by using these 2 points, can we write down slope? Yes, absolutely. The slope is nothing but y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now we can put this slope in place of m in the earlier learnt form, that is slope point form over here, and then the equation of the straight line we can have quite comfortably, right? Okay, so find the equation of the straight line having slope this and passing through this. That straight line can be represented like this, y minus y1 is equal to slope times x minus x1. That's it, y minus y1 equal to slope times of x minus x1. I hope you guys are clear with this particular thing. Alright, moving ahead, find the equation of a line passing through this and this. So we can say that this point is our x1 comma y1 and this point is x2 comma y2, 3 comma minus 5. Okay, so y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 is going to be our slope. So our slope is going to be minus 5 minus 3 divided by 3 minus 4. So minus 8 by minus 1 equal to 8. Now y minus y1 equal to slope times of x minus x1 we can do, and we can find out the equation of straight line, which will look like this. Y minus 3 equal to 8 times of x minus 4. This is our straight line. Or we can also use y minus y2 equal to m times x minus x2 as our straight line. So that is going to be same only. Okay. First we have seen general form, then we have seen slope point form, then we have seen 2-point form. Now we are going for the fourth one, and that is slope intercept form. So over here also two things are there, slope and intercept. As I told you, we need to have two things in order to write down the equation of a straight line. So over here one is slope and one is intercept given to me. Now if it is given to me that the intercept made by the line is, let's say, C, that means at the point that means in general intercept means y intercept only. In general intercept means y intercept. Okay, now if it is given to me that your intercept is C, it means that the line is passing from 0 comma C, because we are talking about y intercept. On y intercept x coordinate is always equal to 0, that's why the point will become 0 comma C. If it is given to me that the intercept is minus 4, that means the line is passing from 0 comma minus 4. If it is given to me that the intercept is 4, that means the line is passing from 0 comma 4. So like this, the moment intercept is given to you, you can write down the point, and if point is given to you, you can write down the and point and slope is given to you can write down the equation of the straight line by using slope point form. So this y equal to mx plus c represents slope intercept form. Why? Because if you put x equal to 0 into this, you can get y equal to c. That means your line is passing from 0 comma c, that means c is the y intercept or c is the intercept. Yes, and the slope is nothing but m, that's why this line is known as slope intercept form. So if a line is given to me like this, y equal to 2x plus 3, then we can say that the slope is 2 and intercept, y intercept is nothing but equal to 3. So if any line is given to me like this, let's say 2x plus 3y minus 1 equal to 0, this is general form of a straight line. I can write it down like this, minus 2x plus 1, then I can further rewrite it as y equal to minus 2 by 3 times of x plus 1 by 3. So over here this line is now in the form of y equal to mx plus c, so the slope can be taken as minus 2 by 3 and the y intercept is nothing but 1 by 3. So any general line can also be represented into slope intercept forms. Let's say ax plus by plus c equal to 0. This is some general line given to me. I will keep this by over here only, and I'll send x term and constant term onto the right hand side, and then I'll make the coefficient of y equal to 1. So in that case it will become this particular thing, and that's why the slope is coming out to be minus a by b. And over here also I told you that the slope of this general form can be represented as minus times of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y, that is minus times of a by b. I hope you guys are clear with this. Okay, double intercept. Double intercept. Over here also two intercepts are there. Okay, double intercept. If two intercepts are given to me, then also I can write down 2 points from there, because from intercept I can write down the point quite comfortably. If it is given to me that x intercept is a and y intercept is b, means y intercept b means my line is passing from 0 comma b, x intercept a means my line is passing from a comma 0, x intercept means it is cutting the x axis. Now at the x axis y coordinate will be equal to 0, right? Yes. Okay, so from here if 2 points are given to you, then you can write down the equation of the line quite comfortably, yes or no? So if you will write it, it will come out to be like this: x by a plus y by b equal to 1. Over here this is equal to 1. This is a very important thing. A lot of times guys take it equal to 0. Remember kids, this is equal to 1 in double intercept form. X by a plus y by b equal to 0. Look here, if you put y equal to 0, you can get x equal to a. That means from a comma 0 line will be passing. If you put x equal to 0, y's value is going to be b. That means your line is passing from 0 comma b. So this is, let's say the advantage of this is, let's say I have given you a line like this, then you can directly tell me what is the x-intercept. The x-intercept is 2, y-intercept is 3. Okay, any line can be converted into double intercept form. Let's say 2x plus 3y minus 1 equal to 0. This is some general form given to me, and I want to convert it into double intercept form. How I will do that? I will first take the constant term onto the right hand side. Okay, now the moment if it is not 1, I'll try making it as 1 first. Okay, since over here it is already 1, so I can rewrite my question like this as well. And this is nothing but my this is nothing but my double intercept form. So x intercept is 1 by 2 and y intercept is 1 by 3. Okay, let's say if an equation is given to me like this, over here if I take the constant term onto the right hand side, but here on the right hand side 1 is not there, so our agenda will be to make it 1 first. So that's why we need to divide by 2 both the sides. The moment this is done, then we can write down our thing like this: y upon 2 by 3 will come equal to 1. So this is your double intercept form in the case. X intercept is 2 by the way, and the y intercept is 2 by 3. Okay, do remember this thing as well. Find the equation of the line having slope 5 and cuts off an intercept of 3 units on the y-axis. So we can say that line is going to be 5x plus 3. Y-intercept is 3 given to me, means the value of c is 3. That's why the line can be written like this. Find the equation of the line with intercepts this and this on the x-axis and y-axis respectively. So the line can be written as x by x-intercept plus y by y-intercept equal to 1. So the line can be written like this. Okay. If the area of the triangle formed by the lines y equal to 0 means x-axis, okay, x equal to 0 means y-axis, and the line 3x plus 4y equal to a. Let's say this is the line because the slope is negative. If you see, the slope is what? The slope is minus 3 by 4. Okay, yes. Okay, so you can further rewrite this line like this: x, if you want to make 1 over here, you will divide by a. So first you will write it like this. Okay, then you can further rewrite this line like this: a by 3 plus y by a by 4 equal to 1. Yes or no? So the x-intercept is a by 3. So over here this point is going to be a by 3 comma 0. Over here this point is going to be 0 comma a by 4. So I hope you can write down the area of the triangle quite comfortably. Area of the triangle is going to be what? Half into base. Base's length is a by 3 into height. Height is a by 4. So this is, if the area of the triangle formed by this is 1. So we can say that if this thing is 1 given to me, a square is nothing but equal to 24. So if a square is equal to 24 given to me, then we can say that a's value is going to be plus minus how much? Plus minus a's value we have got. So accordingly I think we guys are clear with this, right? We can get the value of a from here. Okay, normal form. One more form, normal form. Let me talk about this. Normal form of a straight line. Let's say this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis, and I want to, let's say, write down a line like this. A line is drawn like this, okay, and I want to write down its equation. Now this time if I want to write down the equation of this red line, two things are given to me. What are those two things? Number one, if I am drawing a perpendicular from origin onto this line, the length of this perpendicular is given. Obviously P is the length of the perpendicular, so it has to be 0 only, and this length of perpendicular is, let's say, making an angle alpha with the positive x-axis. This is also given to me. So understand, if a line is like this, if a line is, let's say, like this, if a line is, let's say, like this, and I want to write down the equation of this line, so in this format, two things, that is perpendicular from the origin and the angle this perpendicular makes from the positive direction of the x-axis must be given to us. Okay, so over here this length is P and this angle is alpha. So can you tell me, this P is greater than 0, but alpha will go from where to where? This alpha will go from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, this is an important thing. So we want to write down the, if the line is, let's say, in the second quadrant, if the line is, let's say, here in the second quadrant like this, if a line is, let's say, like this, then what are these things? We will drop a perpendicular from here, so this will be our length P and this angle is going to be our alpha. If a line is in, let's say, in the third quadrant, if a line is, let's say, here in the third quadrant, if a line is, let's say, over here in the third quadrant, then in that case the line will be drawn like this. Over here, if you see perpendicular from the center or the origin, it will be like this, and this angle is going to be alpha. So these are the four cases which can happen in the different quadrants. In all these four cases, you have to observe that P is greater than 0 and alpha, that is the angle made by perpendicular drawn from the origin with respect to the positive x-axis, is alpha. So alpha is going from 0 to 2 pi. In all these cases, the equation of the red line can be written as x cos alpha plus y sin alpha, x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to P. What is the form? X cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to P. In all these four cases, the line will be represented by x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to P, where P is perpendicular distance drawn from the origin's length. Okay, so P has to be positive and alpha is the angle made by that perpendicular from the positive direction of x-axis. Okay, so alpha goes from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, yes. So normal form, this is known as normal form because normal means perpendicular. So we have got perpendicular length drawn from the origin, and also that perpendicular is making how much angle with the positive direction of x-axis. That's why. Okay, so x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to P. Do remember this particular thing. Okay, yes. So if this alpha and P is given to us, then also we can write down the equation of the straight line quite comfortably. Alright, let's take this simple example. Find the equation of a straight line upon which the length of the perpendicular drawn from the origin is 2. So P's value is equal to 2, and if the slope of this perpendicular is 5 by 12, so tan theta, tan alpha is equal to 5 by 12. Tan alpha is 5 by 12. In that case, if you see, so if this angle is alpha, then this is 5, 12, so this is going to be 13. So sin alpha is going to be 5 by 12, sin alpha is going to be 5 by 12, and cos alpha is going to be 12 by 13. Okay, this is the case. Now there can be two lines as well. Okay, there can be two lines because you know, if the perpendicular is like this, then also the slope tan alpha is 5 by 12, and if the line is like this, you're going to take this. So over here sin alpha and cos alpha will both be negative. So one case is this in which both are positive, another case will be this in which both are negative. Okay, so two cases will come. So two such lines are possible, one in the first quadrant and another one in the third quadrant. Two lines are possible over here. So once you have to take this, P is a positive in both the cases because P is a perpendicular distance. So two lines will come in this particular case. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now you can write it x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to P, and accordingly the question will be done. Okay. Find the equation of a straight line which makes a triangle of this much area with the positive coordinate axis and perpendicular from origin. I think you can do it. I am leaving this part as homework for you people. Okay, but I would like to discuss an important part over here, that is, let's say a general form of the equation is given to me and I want to convert this into normal form. This is general form, convert this into general form, convert this into normal form. Now there is a strategy, there is a process in this. There is a process in this. What is the process? Let me tell you. First of all, you take the constant term onto the right hand side. Constant term onto the right hand side. If the constant term is positive, that's fine. If the constant term is not positive, you will first make it positive. Like let's say we are taking this another case over here. If this is general form given to me, first of all, we take the coefficient, we take the constant term onto the right hand side. If the right hand side's coefficient is not positive, then we first make it positive. Here, how do we make it positive? We make it positive like this, positive. Okay. Here also this is already positive, so we said not an issue. Okay. Then the moment it has become positive, what do we do is we divide by under root of coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square. Okay. So that means we take this straight line and we divide this by under root 2 square plus 3 square. Under root 2 square plus 3 square on both the sides. So whatever line we are getting now is going to be our, this is going to be how much? 9 root 13 by 2. This is going to be how much? Oh, sorry, 2 by root 13. This is going to be 3 by root 13 equal to 1 by root 13. So this is our normal form. Okay, and here also you're going to do the same thing. I think now the procedure is same. Now same procedure. Okay, so keep these things in mind as well. All right, moving ahead. Reduction of general equation. This is what we have seen. We have done it already. So I'll quickly move forward from here. Double intercept form. This is also we have seen. Normal form. This is also we have seen. But always make the coefficient of always make p positive. That is on the right hand side. Okay. Reduce this form. I think you can do it. I think I have told enough of this. So you will be able to do these questions as part of homework now. This also I think you can do homework quite comfortably. There has to be no issue at all. Okay, find the equation of the straight line which passes through the point 3, 4 and the sum of whose intercepts on the x-axis, is nothing but equal to 14. I said okay, so let's say a plus b is equal to 14 given to me and x by a plus y by b equal to 1 is a equation of straight line in the intercept form. So 3 by a plus 4 by b equal to 1. So calling it as equation 1, calling it as equation 2, solve 1 and 2 for a and b, solve 1 and 2 for a and b. The moment you got the values of a and b, you can put it over here and the straight line will be there in front of you. So I hope you guys can do this now. Find the equation of the internal angle bisector of the BAC, okay, of triangle ABC whose vertices are this, okay. Understand, if this is our triangle ABC, A's coordinates are 5, 2, B's coordinates are 2, 3 and these are 6, 5, BAC, angle bisector of BAC. Angle bisector of BAC means we have to write down the equation of this angle bisector. The equation of this is what we want to write down. This angle and this angle is by the way equal. I said okay. So there are multiple ways. One way is we can say that we can first find out this point. If you remember, let's say if this is D, then I told you one thing, that BD upon DC is going to be, if this length is C and this length is B, then it is going to be C by B. So one way is you can find out the ratio BD upon DC first, because this length is very easy to find out, right? This length is very easy to find out. Under root C equal to under root 5 minus 2 ka square, that is 3 ka square plus 1 ka square. So this is going to be how much? This is going to be root 10. And if we talk about this, then this is going to be under root 1 square plus 3 square. So this is also root 10. So midpoint only. So I think this is this is going to be how much? This is going to be 4, 4. So if this is 4, 4, then the slope of AD you're going to have quite comfortably. The slope of AD is going to be 4 minus 2 upon 4 minus 5, that is equal to 2 upon minus 1. So that is equal to minus 2. Once you have slope of AD, you can write down the equation of AD quite comfortably. Equation of AD is going to be y minus 4 equal to minus 2 times x minus 4. This is nothing but the equation of the AD, that is the equation of the angle bisector only. I hope you guys are clear with this particular problem. Here we go, the midpoint of the sides of the triangle, this are this, find the equation of its sides, okay. Let's say this is our triangle ABC. The midpoint of this is 2, 1, okay. The midpoint of this is, let's say, minus 5, 7, okay. The midpoint of this side is minus 5, minus 5. Now understand, if we are assuming the coordinates of this point as x1, y1, this one as x2 comma y2, this one as x3 comma y3, then we can say that x1 plus x2 by 2 equal to 2 means x1 plus x2 equal to 4, calling it as 1. Similarly, x1 plus x3 by 2 equal to minus 5 means x1 plus x3 equal to minus 10, calling it as 2. Similarly, x2 plus x3 by 2 equal to minus 5 means x2 plus x3 equal to minus 10, calling it as 3. Now, if you add 1 plus 2 plus 3, if you do 1 plus 2 plus 3, you can say that twice of x1 plus x2 plus x3 is going to be equal to what? Minus 16. So that means x1 plus x2 plus x3 is going to be what? It is going to be equal to minus 8 only. Now, if you put x1 plus x2 equal to 4 over here, you will get the value of x3 as minus 12. If you have got the value of x3 as minus 12, you will put over here and you will get the value of x1 equal to 2. If you put the value of x2 equal to 2, if you put the value of x3 over here as minus 12, you will get the value of x2 as 2 only, and accordingly you got x1, x2, x3. Similarly, you will do for y1, y2, y3 as well, and you will get the values of y1, y2, y3 as well. I hope you guys are clear with this. Remaining part of the problem I am leaving for you guys as part of homework. If A, B and C are the vertices of a triangle ABC, then the equation of the median through A is going to be what? Now, D is going to be the midpoint. So, the midpoint formula, if you apply 2 minus 1 by 2, 2 plus minus 1 by 2 comma minus 3 plus 2 by 2. So you have got the coordinates of D. The moment you have got the coordinates of D, now you can apply which form? 2-point form, and can write down the equation of median through A quite comfortably. Yes or no, everyone? I hope you guys can do this now. Altitude through A. Now understand, altitude AE has to be perpendicular to BC or not? Altitude means AE has to be perpendicular to BC. So if you know the slope of the line BC, the slope of the line BC is going to be what? 2 minus of minus 3 divided by minus 1 minus 2, that is equal to 5 times this. So it is equal to minus 3 by 5. So if you know the slope of BC, can you write down the slope of AE? The slope of AE has to be equal to 5 by 3. Yes or no, everyone? Yes. Now if you know the slope and you know one point this, and you know the slope of this line equal to 5 by 3, can you use slope point form to write down the equation? Slope point form to write down the equation of altitude quite comfortably. I hope you guys can do this now. A straight line through a fixed point 2, 3 intersects the coordinate axes at distinct points P and Q. If O is the origin and the rectangle OPRQ is completed, then the locus of R is going to be what? Alright, let's talk about this question. A straight line through a fixed point 2, 3, okay, intersects the coordinate axes at this and this. If O is the origin, okay, alright. Now from 2, 3 will be somewhere over here. 2, 3 will be somewhere over here. How many lines are possible which will pass from 2, 3? Infinite lines are possible. Can you tell me even a single line which will pass from 2, 3? Can you tell me even a single line which will pass from 2, 3? Even a single line which will pass from 2, 3. Any one line. So if you want to write down any one line which is passing from 2, 3, if you are able to do that, the question will be completed, because there will be infinite lines passing from 2, 3. Yes or no? And that those lines are intersecting at P and Q if O is the origin and the rectangle OPRQ. Okay, wait a minute. A straight line through a fixed point intersects the coordinate. Which one is R then? Okay, the locus of R is what we want to find out. Okay, not an issue. Can you tell me even a single line which is passing from 2, 3? There are multiple lines, okay. Y equal to 3 is there, x equal to 2 is there, but don't take the lines which are vertical and horizontal. Rather take the lines which are cutting at x-axis and y-axis both, because P and Q are the points of intersection of that line passing from 2, 3 at x-axis and y-axis respectively. That's why, okay. Yep. So any one line will be fine, okay. So we can take y equal to x plus 1. We can take y equal to x plus 1. Yes, y equal to x plus 1 is following this. Yes, y equal to x plus 1 means this is how my line will be looking. Yes, let's say this is how my line is looking, or rather to be specific, the line will be drawn like this. Yes, let's say any one line. Now understand. This is our origin O. Can you tell me this, the coordinate of the point P where it is cutting x-axis? At x-axis y has to be 0, means minus 1 comma 0. I said fine, okay. This is our Q point means 0 comma 1, okay. So accordingly, if you complete this rectangle OPRQ, then the coordinates of R will be what? The coordinates of R will be what? Minus 1 comma 1. So your locus has to satisfy minus 1 comma 1 or not? Which of the following equations are satisfying minus 1 comma 1? Let's see. This? No. This? No. This? Yes. This? No. No. This is also and this is also satisfying minus 1 comma 1. Yes or no? Minus 2 plus 3, that is plus 1. Okay. So this is not satisfying. This one is not satisfying. This is the only option which is satisfying, I guess. Yes? Yep. So the answer is D for Delhi. Look, this was a problem asked in JEE 2018. You could have taken any other straight line as well. Ultimately, I am telling you, each and every question of locus you will be able to solve if you are following the tricks that I am telling you over here. Let ABC be angles of a triangle with vertex this and this and this. Okay, do try this question as part of homework. Okay, because practice is required. That's why I am giving you these questions. Two sides of a rhombus are along this. Okay, diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other and they are perpendicular as well. They are perpendicular as well. So do apply the basic properties. You will be able to solve this question as well. Okay, there will be no difficulty at all. Point Q is symmetric to this point with the bisector of the first quadrant, then the length of PQ is going to be what? Point Q is symmetric to 4 comma minus 1 with respect to the bisector of the first quadrant. Okay, think over it. If a point A comma A falls between the lines, let me tell you that these are two lines. These are two lines like this, and accordingly you have to feel A comma A falls between the lines. Okay. So you have to draw these two lines first. So this is y equal to minus x plus 2. So the line will be drawn like this, and this is y equal to minus x minus 2. So this will be drawn like this, y equal to minus x minus 2, and this is y equal to x plus 2. Now over here it is saying me that A comma A falls between the lines. Obviously A comma A falls between the lines means 0 comma 0. If A's value is 0, then that has to be fine, because that will lie in between these two lines only. So this cannot be our answer, this cannot be our answer. Either the answer will be this or the answer will be this. Okay, what about 1 comma 1? 1 comma 1, if you see 1 comma 1 is 1 comma 1 lying where? 1 comma 1, if you put x equal to 1 over here, then x equal to 1 means y equal to 3 will come. So over here 1 comma 3 point will come. So 1 comma 1 will be lying somewhere over here only. So 1 comma 1 also has to be our answer. Yes or no? No. Okay, this line is going to be what? Y equal to x plus 2. No. Both lines will be y equal to minus x plus 2. Okay. So the moment you put x equal to 1, this point is going to be 1 comma 1. Okay, so this is not our answer. I said fine. Okay, if you put x equal to half, over here, the point is going to be half comma 3 by 2. So half comma half has to be there. So half comma half has to be there means this will be the correct answer. This will not be our answer, because half comma half is not included over here. Rather, half comma half is included over there. That's why C for Calcutta is the correct answer. I hope you are getting how I am objectively solving the questions. So this is an art. This is an art. You have to, you have to understand this, yaar. You have to understand this. Then only JEE will become quite an easy task for you. Okay, when I was preparing for my JEE, nobody taught me these methods. And believe me, this kind of mind, if you put while solving the questions, a lot of problems you will be able to solve quite comfortably, and you will ultimately get the feel of the topic. Look, the concepts are very limited. The problems can be infinite, but there are smarter ways. If you are scoring a bit less in the examination as compared to the topper in the class, then if you want to find out where you are lacking, you must see the rough work which is being done by your topper friend. Okay, so I always say this to the kids, it's not just about marks. Always take the copies or the rough work that has been done by the topper and try to see what he has done in the examination, he or she has done in the examination that you haven't done. Okay, so there is so much to learn from the toppers' copies, because these people follow such kind of methods which the others are not following, and that's why the marks that you are getting is way lesser as compared to the toppers. Okay, so try to follow over there, because Look, the seats are limited, the people are so much in number, and not everybody is going to crack this examination. If you want to crack this, you will have to be different from rest of the people. You will have to be different from 99% of the people who are fighting for this particular thing, that is JEE, right? Then only you will be able to get selected, okay? So you will have to do some different things from 99% of the people, okay? So do remember these things which I am telling you, because they are quite an important ones. Okay, now you can do this question as well as homework as well. Okay, yes, so I'll move up quickly because I have some another session to take as well. So I will talk about this angle bisector, though it is not mentioned in the JEE main syllabus. Okay, a lot of guys are not even aware of this, that whether it is mentioned or not. So let me tell you, it is not, angle bisector is not even mentioned. Okay, yes, as far as JEE main syllabus is concerned, it is there in JEE advanced. Okay, yep. So if you want to find out, let's say there are two lines like this. Okay, so as I told you that, let's say the lines are like this and this. So over here two angles are there, one is this angle and one is this angle. So there will be two bisectors, one will be like this and one will be like this. These two bisectors are always perpendicular. The angle bisectors of the two lines are always perpendicular, number one. Now how do we write down the equation of those two bisectors? Look, we write down the equation of the straight line a1x plus b1y plus c1, one of the line, another line a2x plus b2y plus c2, okay, and divided by under root a coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square. Over here also under root of coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square, and we simply put a modulus over here. The moment we open the modulus, we write down plus minus over here. Okay, so these are both the bisectors. These are both the bisectors. Now here this one is acute angle bisector, this one is obtuse angle bisector. So in the equations also we need to identify which one is acute and which one is obtuse. Okay, so from here these are, once we take plus we get one of the angle bisector, once we take minus we get the another angle bisector. The two angle bisectors are always perpendicular. Okay, method to find out acute and obtuse angle bisectors, let's see. Okay, let's say these are the two lines L1 and L2, and this is one of the angle between the two lines and this is another angle between the two lines. Okay, so one is the bisector of this angle, so this red one, and another one is the green one, which is the bisector of this angle. So one of them has to be acute angles bisector and another one has to be obtuse angles bisector. Okay, how to find that out? There are multiple methods. Let's talk about method 1. Find the slope of any one of the bisectors. Let's say we have found out the slope of any one of the bisector. Let's say it is coming out to be m. Okay, and we have got the slope of the two lines L1 and L2. Let's call them as m1 and m2. Now, if let's say the slope of this is m1, and if we find out the, look, this slope is given to me, this slope is given to me. Can we find out the angle between the two lines? Tan theta equal to mod of m minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 m2. I told you, if out of three things m1, m2 and theta, two things are given to me, we can find out the third thing quite comfortably. So over here m is given to me, let's say m1 is given to me, m and m1 are given to me, and I need to find out the angle between these two lines. So can I find it out? Tan theta equal to m minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 m1, yes or no? Okay, understand, if this angle is coming less than 45 degree, that means tan theta's value is coming less than 1. If this angle is coming less than 45 degree, then this overall angle is going to be less than 90 degree or not, because this angle and this angle is same, yes or no? So if this angle is less than 45 degree, then this angle is also less than 45 degree, means this entire angle is going to be less than 90 degree, means this angle is going to be acute. If it is acute, then m has to be acute angle bisector. Whereas if this tan theta is coming out to be greater than 1, that means this angle is more than 45 degree. If this angle is more than 45 degree, this angle is also more than 45 degree, that means this angle is more than 90 degree. If this angle is more than 90 degree, means this m wala bisector has to be obtuse angle bisector. So I hope you understood this. What we do is, in method number 1, we take slope of any one of the bisector and any one of the line, and we find out the angle between those two bisector and line. If the tan theta's value is coming out to be less than 1, then we say that this is the bisector of acute angle, and if the value of tan theta is coming out to be greater than 1, then we say that this is nothing but obtuse angle bisector. Okay, this is method 1. Method 2, let's say these two lines are given to me and I need to find out the acute angle and obtuse angle bisector. So step number 1 is make the constant term positive, constant term. Look, over here the constant term is positive, but over here the constant term is not positive. So first we will multiply this equation by minus sign so that the constant terms are both becoming positive. This is method 2. Okay, now the moment you have made both the constant terms positive, you will apply this formula as I have told you. Okay, two bisectors will come. Now out of those two bisectors, one will be acute angle bisector and another one will be obtuse angle bisector. So in order to find out which one is acute and which one is obtuse, you will do what? You will calculate the value of a1 a2 plus b1 b2, where a1 and b1 are the coefficient of x and y of the one line, and a2 and b2 are the coefficient of x and y of the another line after the coefficient has been made positive. So over here, this is a1, this is a2, this is b1, this is b2. So we will find out the value of a1 a2 plus b1 b2. So it is going to be minus 36 plus 20. So it is going to be negative over here in the case. The moment a1 a2 plus b1 b2 is coming out to be negative. Now understand, if a1 a2 plus b1 b2 is coming out to be positive, positive means it is going to be, the moment it is coming out to be positive, the moment we take plus sign over here is going to give us obtuse angle bisector. If we take the positive sign, we are going to get the obtuse angle bisector. If we take the negative sign, we will get the acute angle bisector. If a1 a2 plus b1 b2 is coming out to be negative, then if we take plus sign, we get acute angle bisector, and if we take minus sign, we get obtuse angle bisector. So first we will make constant term positive. Okay, the moment we have made constant term positive, we will find out the value of a1 a2 plus b1 b2. If a1 a2 plus b1 b2 is coming out to be positive, then by taking the plus sign, we can get the obtuse angle bisector. By taking the minus sign, we can get the acute angle bisector, where it is exactly opposite in the case when a1 a2 plus b1 b2 is negative. If a1 a2 plus b1 b2 is negative, we are going to take plus sign to get the acute angle bisector, and we are going to take the minus sign to get the obtuse angle bisector. This plus and minus sign are to be taken over here. Okay, over here. Okay, so if you remember this case, then this is by default done. Otherwise, if you remember both of these, you will get confused. So only remember this case, and the exactly opposite of this is going to be this. Okay, so remember this one only, and the questions will be done. So don't remember this one, otherwise you will get a lot of confusion, people. So that's how we get acute angle and obtuse angle bisectors. Okay, family of lines. Look, two lines are, let's say, intersecting over here, and if I talk about the lines passing from this point, then there will be infinite lines. Yes or no? Now if I want you to write down the lines passing from this point, infinite lines can be there. So there is one way of writing down all those infinite lines, and that is L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0, where lambda is nothing but a real number, Okay, let's talk about this. Find the equation of a line passing through the point of intersection of these two lines. So understand, one way is first finding out the point of intersection of these two lines. That is definitely going to take some time. So rather what we do, that we take, this is nothing but L1 equal to 0. So this portion is L1, this portion is nothing but L2. So we write down the line passing from the point of intersection of these two lines as L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0. That is x plus 2y plus 3 plus lambda times 3x plus 4y plus 7 is equal to 0. Now these are all the lines which are passing from the point of intersection of these two lines. Okay. Find the equation of the line which is passing through point of intersection with this and perpendicular to this. Now understand, the slope of this is 1. If I am talking about a line perpendicular to this, then that means this required line has to have slope what? -1, because if this line is having slope 1 and I need to write down the slope of perpendicular line, so perpendicular line will be having slope -1. So over here, if you see, it is going to be 1 plus 3 lambda times of x plus 2 plus 4 lambda times of y plus 3 plus 7 lambda equal to 0. So over here the slope will be -1 plus 3 upon 2 plus 4 lambda, that is minus times of coefficient of x upon coefficient of y. Now this has to be equal to -1 in the case. From here we can get the value of lambda, find the value of lambda and put it over here to get the straight line. That will be required. The moment you get the value of lambda from here, put it over here, what you will get is nothing but the required straight line. Let L1, L2 be these two lines. Find the equation, the line through the point of intersection of these two lines, and concurrent with these two lines, point of intersection of line, find the equation of line through the point of intersection of L1 and L2, and concurrent with lines 0, 0. Okay, concurrent with means the required line has to pass from 0, 0. Because these two lines are both passing from 0, 0, and L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0. This is how we write down the line passing through the point of intersection of L1 equal to 0 and L2 equal to 0. So the line will be written like this. This is L1, plus lambda times of L2 equal to 0. Now this line has to pass from 0 comma 0. So 6 plus 2 lambda equal to 0. The moment you got the value of lambda equal to -3, put it over here and you will get the required line, people. Okay. L1, L2 is this. Find the equation of the line passing through the point of intersection of these two and situated as at a maximum distance of 2 comma 3. Okay. Do try this question as homework. Do try this question as homework. Okay, moving ahead. Concept, understand. Let me tell you this through an example. Find the point through which a variable line. Now, if this is a variable line, that means A, B and C are variable over here. The coefficients are variable. Passes through a fixed point if A, B, C are in AP. If A, B, C are in AP means 2B is equal to A plus C. That means we can also say that A minus 2B plus C equal to 0. Now, if we compare these two things, what should we put in place of x and y so that these two expressions becomes identical? What should we put in place of x and y so that these two things becomes exactly identical? We need to put x equal to 1 and y equal to -2. So the moment we say that if we put x equal to 1 and y equal to -2 over here, the equation becomes this only, which was the given result to us. So that means this line always passes through a fixed point, that is 1 comma -2. Okay. Yep. Now combined equation or joint equation, understand, if two straight lines are given to me, L1 equal to 0 and L2 equal to 0, and if I want to find out their joint equation, that means L1 into L2 is equal to 0. L1 into L2 is equal to 0. For example, let's say if this is one line given to me, this is another line equal 0 given to me. So this is L1 equal to 0, this is L2 equal to 0. I just multiply 2x plus y with x plus y and equal to 0 I do. What do I get is nothing but this equation. Now this is a 2-degree equation. 2 degree means the highest power of x and y over here is 2. So this is the 2-degree equation which represents joint equation. Joint equation. Joint equation is what? L1 into L2 is equal to 0. Okay. Alright. Homogeneous equation is what? Homogeneous equation is an equation in which each and every term has the same degree. Each and every term has the same degree means the summation of the power of the variables in each and every term is same. Okay, look over here, only one variable x is there, so the power of that is 1. Only one variable y is there, so the power of that is 1. So 1 1, that's why this is a homogeneous equation of degree 1. Over here only one variable and the power of that is 2. Over here only one variable and the power of that is 2. So this is also a homogeneous equation. Okay, over here if you see the power of two variables x and y, the power of x is 1, the power of y is 1. Over here, since these two things are written in multiplication, so the powers will be added. So 2 over here and over here the power of x is 1, over here the power of x is 1. Okay, are these all powers same? No. So this is a non-homogeneous equation. Over here if you see 2 2 2 1 1 0, so this is also a non-homogeneous equation. Okay, over here if you see 2 2 2, so this is the homogeneous equation. Yes, so I hope homogeneous equation and non-homogeneous equation are clear to you guys. Okay, the question is saying the joint equation of the lines passing through the origin, one of the line is parallel to this. Okay, if a line is parallel to this given line, then that parallel line will be represented as ax plus by plus d equal to 0. That means parallel lines do have only constant terms getting changed. Only constant terms getting changed. Okay. The joint equation of the lines through the origin, one of the line is parallel to this. Okay, the line is parallel to this means the line will be written like this, and this line is passing through 0 comma 0. So I said the line will be represented by 2x plus y equal to 0. This is one of the line, that is L1 equal to 0. Okay, talking about this, and other is perpendicular to this. Now if I want to write down a perpendicular line to this is parallel line. And if I want to write down a perpendicular line like this, so we will change the coefficients of x and y and we will put a minus sign in any one of these. So bx minus ay plus some constant, let's say f. So if I want to write down a perpendicular line to this 3x minus 4y plus 7 equal to 0, the perpendicular line will be written like this: 4x plus 3y plus some constant f equal to 0. Now if that is also passing from 0 comma 0, so we can say that the line will be 4x plus 3y equal to 0 means this is L2 equal to 0. Now if joint equation is asked, joint equation is nothing but L1 into L2 equal to 0 means 2x plus y times of 4x plus 3y equal to 0. If you multiply this, you will get 2-degree homogeneous equation. Yes, it will be 8x square plus 3y square plus 10xy equal to 0. Okay, that is 2-degree homogeneous equation. So the conclusion, Number 1, this equation ax square plus 2hxy plus by square represents a pair of straight lines passing through origin. This is homogeneous equation of 2 degree. Homogeneous equation of 2 degree. Over here this represents product of two lines which are passing through origin. Okay, yes. Okay, over here if we divide by x square, then put y by x equal to m, the line the equation will be formed like this: bm square plus 2hm plus a equal to 0, whose this is a quadratic in m. If we solve this quadratic, we're going to get two roots m1 and m2. The two roots will be following this relation: sum of the roots minus 2h by b, product of the roots a by b. These m1 and m2 are the roots of those two straight lines passing through origin. Those two straight lines passing through origin. Do remember this. Since this is product of two straight lines passing from origin, so the moment we form a quadratic in M and we get the two roots m1 and m2, those m1 and m2 are nothing but the slopes of the two lines passing through origin only. Okay, m1 and m2 are the slopes of the line represented by this. Okay, yes, alright. Find the joint equation of the pair of lines through origin and perpendicular to pair of these lines. Okay, perpendicular to this and passing through origin. Okay, so that is also one formula which you can remember. So, but from here you can see that first you will divide by x square. If you divide by x square, the equation will become 9y by x ka whole square plus 3 times of y by x plus minus 2 equal to 0, putting y by x equal to m. So you will get 9m square plus 3m minus 2 equal to 0. If you solve it from here, minus 3 plus minus under root 9 plus 4 into 9 into 2 by 2 into a. So this is how you're going to get the slopes. So the slope are coming out to be what? Let me see. 72, 81, 9. So minus 3 plus minus 9 divided by 18. So this is going to be how much? This is going to be minus 12 divided by 18 is the one thing, and m2 is what? 6 divided by 18. So this is going to be m1 equal to minus 2 by 3 and m2 is equal to 1 by 3. So if I want to write down a perpendicular line to this, perpendicular line will be having slope what? Perpendicular line will be having slope 3 by 2. The perpendicular line to this will be having slope what? Perpendicular line will be having slope equal to minus 3. So now we need to write down the two lines whose slopes are 3 by 2 and passing from origin. So those lines will be written as y equal to 3 by 2x, and here it will be written as y equal to minus 3x. So from here you can say 3x plus y equal to 0, and from here you can say that 3x minus 2y equal to 0. So this is L1 equal to 0, this is L2 equal to 0. Just multiply the two lines, you will get joint equation of the two lines passing through origin and also perpendicular to the lines which we are getting from here. That's it, we will be done. Okay, so I think you will be able to solve this question as well now. You can solve it as part of homework. Alright, find a as the sum of the squares of the, alright, not an issue. You can solve this also as part of homework. Moving ahead, condition that general second degree equation represents a pair of lines. So this is general equation of 2 degree curve. This equation represents pair of straight lines, circles, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. But if this is representing a pair of straight lines, then this thing has to be equal to 0, whom we call as delta. The value of the delta should be absolutely clear: abc plus 2fgh minus af square minus bg square minus eh square. Let me tell you that this concept is not there in JEE mains. Okay, yes, if a line is given to me like this, then the angle between the two lines, if this is representing a pair of lines, then those two lines के बीच का angle will be represented by twice of under root h square minus ab upon a plus b का mod. So lines represented by this are perpendicular if a plus b's mod is equal to 0, because if this is 0 then the angle is going to be 90 degree. So in that case we can say that the lines are perpendicular, and if this h square minus ab is equal to 0 means h square is equal to ab, then in that case tan theta will be equal to 0 means the angle between the two lines will be 0, means the two lines are parallel. Okay, find P and Q with the equation. This represents a pair of perpendicular lines. So in that case we can see that a plus b is equal to 0. A is nothing but p and b is nothing but 3. So we can say that p is equal to minus 3. Also this has to represent a pair of straight lines. So that's why delta has to be 0. Delta means what? ABC plus 2fgh minus af square minus bg square minus ch square is equal to 0. So apply that and solve the question. Show that this represents a pair of straight line means we need to represent that delta is equal to 0 and find the acute angle between them. Acute angle between them can be written as tan theta equals to twice of under root h square minus ab upon a plus b ka mod. Okay, over here a is equal to 2h is equal to 7, b is equal to 3, ax square plus 2hx square plus by square plus 2gx means 2g is equal to minus 5, 2f is equal to minus 5 and c is equal to 2. So these are the values, put it over here and get the tan theta as well. Okay. Yes, homogenization, this is one such concept. Let me tell you this as well. Now look, this, let's say this is some green curve given to me, okay, and from there a straight line is passing through the 2 points A and B. Now understand, if these are the 2 points of intersection between this green curve and blue line, let's say A and B points, if I want to write down a joint equation of lines which are passing from origin as well as from these 2 points A and B, then that, in order to write down that joint equation of the lines, we need to use homogenization. Okay, let's say this is some green curve C given to me and this is some straight line given to me, and I need to, one way is I solve these two equations and first find out points A and B. The moment I got A and B, I can write down the slope of this line OA, I can write down the slope of this line OB, and then I can write down joint equation of lines by using L1 into L2 equal to 0. One way is that, but that way is quite lengthy, that's why we use homogenization. Homogenization is what? We take the straight line and from here we separate the constant term, and from here we get the value of 1 by putting this minus n in the denominator and keeping 1 over here. We get the value of 1 like this, and this 1 we use wherever 2 degree term is not there in the curve. So over here 2 degree term is there, over here also 2 degree term is there, over here also 2 degree term is there, over here 2 degree term is not there, that's why we put the value of 1 from here to here. Over here also 2 degree term is not there, that's why we put it over here, and over here 1 square we take and put the value over here. So that is what we do, and in place of every 1 we put this value so that the curve is homogenized. And ultimately what we do get from here is nothing but the joint equation of the lines passing from A and B and also from origin. Yes, so that's why you can do this question as part of homework as well. Okay, and that's it. And there are few of the formulas which I would like to give you, that there is a point x1 comma y1, let's say, given to you, and there is one straight line ax plus by plus c equal to 0, and you want to find out this perpendicular distance, then that perpendicular distance can be given by this formula. I hope you guys know this. Also distance of a point from a line. Okay, so this is one such example you guys can do on your own. I have attached the solution as well. Okay. Yep, and distance between two parallel lines also you can find by using this formula. Straightforward things are there, and I have attached these questions as well for your practice, and also attached solutions for you as well. Okay, foot of perpendicular, let's say I have dropped a perpendicular from this point onto this line, then this is foot of the perpendicular. How to find out the coordinates of foot of perpendicular is the formula I have mentioned over here. Alpha minus x1 upon a is equal to beta minus y1 upon b is equal to minus times of ax1 plus by1 plus c upon a square plus b square. Okay, where the point is x1 comma y1 and the foot of perpendicular is alpha comma beta. So that is there, you can follow this image. The same formula is there, only minus 2 comes over here in place of 1, 2 comes over here, otherwise the formula is same. Okay, yes, I hope you know this. That's it. I hope that I have covered almost all the things which are there in the chapter, and that too very quickly, because if you have already gone through this chapter and if you want to quickly revise all the concepts, that is what I have done. Now what you have to do is practice as much as you can. Practice as much as you can and do solve the questions that I have taken in this session. The PDF will be available to you in the app itself, and also I'll recommend that you guys solve previous year questions as well, because that is very important for you guys. Okay, that's it for the day. Keep learning, keep shining, keep rocking, keep enjoying. Let's make most out of this and let's nail this examination, because nothing is tough. What you have to do is continuous hard work, because the more hard work that you're gonna do at this moment, the more easier it is going to be for you in the class 12th. So keep working hard. See you in the next session. Bye bye, take care, happy learning. Thank you so much, guys.